It's 7 o'clock.
The race that was supposed to start on Friday, we're now kicking off the biggest day in motorsports with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 with this 9-race delay from the chase for the trucks. We'll continue to navigate through this weekend as the weather has certainly matched the mood. Honoring a two-time Cup Series champion and our most recent winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Kyle Busch. Hello and welcome on what is still a very tough weekend to navigate. We do have a race to be run through this morning. Alongside of Michael Waltrip and Regan Smith, I'm Eric Brennan. And Michael, these drivers, Charlotte means a lot to these drivers and teams for so many reasons. For many of them, this is home.
It is, and it's so special to come here to this racetrack. It's iconic. It's one of the biggest races we go to all year long. And then you hit the track. By the way, they haven't hit it yet. They haven't had a green flag lap yet. These guys have been anticipating this moment for 3 days now. And what I love about it, Eric, is how much speed they carry here. We talk about it's a mile and a half, but it's different. It's tighter, it's faster. The banking, the trucks grip really tight in the turns. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys work out what they don't know yet, right, Regan?
Well, Michael, you hit on it, right? They have been through 3 days and have not hit the racetrack yet, haven't made a lap at speed. That's going to present some challenges early on. How's your truck going to drive? What's it going to do as you get through?
All right. Had to get the pulse set up. All right. Good morning, everybody. Chase fan number 9 here. Welcome to, well, I guess you can say it's attempt number 3 at running this truck race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The weather is pretty much cleared up for it, so we should be good to go. We shouldn't have any issues. So, yeah, I think when we initially tried to run the truck race on, was it Friday? Corey Day's name didn't show up on the leaderboard, but it's there now, as you can see. So, yeah. I'm recording Indy 500 pre-race. Also, the weather's let up a bit over there, so we should be good to go for the Indy 500.
But as we get back here, I look at Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Shane Van Gisbergen. They've got a lot of ground to make up really quick, and I am here for it. I can't wait to see that. Let's get some late-breaking stories from pit road. We'll welcome in Josh Sims. Hey, Josh.
Well, hey, Eric. Well, Ross Chastain told me this track has given him some of the highest of highs and lowest of lows. Of course, the Coke 600 win, one of those high points. And last night, he added to that list with a win in the weather-shortened O'Reilly race in the 9 car for Junior Motorsport. And, of course, he paid tribute to Kyle Busch with a signature battle in victory lane after he was able to get this one under caution. He's now won in every one of NASCAR's top series here at Charlotte. There you see the battle right there. It'll be a busy day today.
Oh, yeah, they are right. Yep, Ross Chastain has a win at Charlotte in all 3 of NASCAR's top 3 series.
Straight. So I don't know he's having battles there and there, but he told me that Charlotte is a nemesis to him. Of all the tracks on the circuit, Turn 4 is his least favorite of the whole season. But welcome back to Travis Pastrana, his second race here in the Craftsman Truck Series. Doesn't know what the rest of the season looks like, but he's trying, guys.
Thanks, Amanda. Now let's take a look at our Craftsman track description for Charlotte.
A mile and a half in length, 24 degrees banking in each end, so there's no variable banking, but tight mass. That's what I think of. It's always been that way, Ricky. The pavement seems to just rip these trucks up, especially when it's cool and overcast like it is this morning.
And a lot of travel time because of that, Michael. Let's take a look at the race analysis as well. And you see here 30 laps. These are quick stages today. It's going to almost feel like they're over as quick as they start these stages. And at the last stage, 74 laps, there will be a pit stop in there. When do you do that? And Michael alluded to the weather. The radar's probably about as promising as it's been over the last 48 hours. Still comfortable for the fans who decided to come to the track early this morning, but certainly cloudy and still a little bit of a low-hanging ceiling, if you will, here at the track. Before we get underway, we'll listen in to Travis Pastrana's radio before this race starts.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you guys giving me a shot.
Travis locked and ready to go, and he will be trying to be one of those drivers charging from the back of the field starting at 29th spot. Well, it has been a very difficult last few days for the NASCAR world. We hope the next 134 laps are enough for us to be able to disconnect from the harsh reality for just a short while. And it will be the truck that Kyle Busch was slated to pilot on pole with Corey Day at the wheel, Lane Riggs alongside.
All right, pace car, heads to pit road. And finally, the Truck Series race at Charlotte is underway. Hello, Shahir. Welcome to the live stream.
To the top side. So easy to do here, Michael, at Charlotte. Field spin on the outside line as we see Caden Honeycutt over the outside already, making a great move. It appears that top line is working early in the race.
These guys have to watch the O'Reilly cars run, so they know there's a lot of grip from the bottom of the racetrack.
Whoa. Wow, Corey Day slid up, and that's going to allow Lane Riggs to take the lead. Christian Eckes up to second. There's also Brandon Jones up there. Hello, Dom. Welcome to the live stream. Oh. Luke Baldwin. Well, from what I've seen, it looks like the weather's starting. From what I'm seeing on my phone, I know sometimes I can't believe what the weather shows me on my phone, but the weather's looking a little bit promising for today to get the Coke 600 in. We probably might have at least one delay, but I think we should be good to go.
That Luke may have had a right rear tire go down as we check in on his battle for fourth. That's pole sitter Day, the 7 inside of Brandon Jones. While Lane Riggs leads, his teammate Chandler Smith just behind in the 38, trying to crack the top 5 as he gets a good run off 4.
I like the truck that you can duck to the bottom. I think there's a little bit of you get a little bit of gray area when you go up top. If you've got a truck that you can down right down to that white line on the bottom, like you see right there, Chandler Smith doing, I think that's the kind of truck we can really great.
And over the long haul in particular, Michael, right that bottom, if your truck is handling down there, really going to give you a little bit more options, whether you want to go up high a little bit or down to the bottom. You can get away from the traffic, get away from the air of the truck.
And there you see the one truck.
I think the 7 truck's losing some spots.
We talked about a lot of trucks moving their way through the field. Daniel Hemrick is gaining 10 spots since the start of this race. Stenhouse, who started towards the back of the pack, up 9. And even
there's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Connor Jones, Dawson Sutton. Damn, Stenhouse is getting like 10 spots.
And we knew that Ricky would be fun to watch as this race started, and he
caution.
Problems in turn number 2 is going to slow this race for the first time. So a puff of smoke is, I believe we had one truck have problems towards the back end of the field, with the yellow coming out with Lane Briggs out in front.
Oh,
And I believe it was Shane Van Gisbergen who went for a slide in
That's
turn
UG.
22.
Good morning, Jay the Rail Fanner.
Early in this race, so evidently the truck wasn't to his liking. He was all the way back to 34th, not where he started. Oh, and no wonder. We talked about it. It
Looks
gets
like he
loose
went for
and
a
things happen in
slide.
hurry.
And did a nice job as we see this from Travis Pastrana's number 25 Ram truck.
Yeah,
Just happens so often in
Looks like a
Charlotte,
win.
where you get in the corner and you try to get it just a little bit more wheel and it just snaps sideways on you, and then you're trying to save it.
And just like Cole Trickle, he drove right into the smoke and came out the other side, and nothing was there. I bet you that was exciting for Travis Pastrana.
Pastrana's been able to navigate a car.
Kind of like that. Travis has got a lot of energy. I think he wakes up in the morning and just wants to go race something or jump something. He's a crazy cat.
Or jump out of something. So things are going to be open this time. However, most of the leaders are going to elect to stay out.
I don't see any takers for this little stop, but here comes Majeski as soon as I say that.
Majeski was running in about the 13th spot at the time of the caution, and he's going to be the first of the front runners.
He started up front and had fallen back outside the top 10, so obviously he didn't like something about that truck.
Yeah, and I anticipate we'll see, obviously, the tires going on inside Majeski's truck, but we anticipated an adjustment of some form right here. He lost 9 spots, Michael. You mentioned how he fell outside the top 10, so
But I was trying to
looks like maybe making an adjustment to something with the shock, maybe the Packer adjustment in there. Might be hitting the racetrack too much. That's what you see a lot of times when they're doing that, or it's not low enough.
Dawson Sutton on pit road. Here's Luke Baldwin. They're going to check out the damage from his scrub against the wall. Baldwin's a lap down.
And an opportunistic caution for Luke right there to be able to work on that truck and make it good. Working our first caution of the race in the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. We'll come on back to the restart right after this.
Opening day, just like we used to. I love being out here with Sam again, especially at the big game. It's why I wanted more from my symptomatic obstructive HCM. So I asked my cardiologist about Camzyos. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved, and I can be more active. It's a difference I can feel, and he can see.
Camzyos is proven to reduce obstruction in the heart 4 times more. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, and with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking Camzyos, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy, as Camzyos may harm your unborn baby. Camzyos, first in its class to treat symptomatic OHCM.
It's great to be back.
Ask your cardiologist about Camzyos.
And there it was, the first great American yell. Not really like a sonic boom across history. This country didn't tiptoe onto the world stage. Hell no. We were born loud. Liberty is loud, baby. Something to say. Say it. Something to prove? Prove it. Because in this country, in loud we trust.
At least Safelight can come to you for free. They can come to me for free.
That's right. SafeLight can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want and no additional costs. For free local service, go to safelight.com.
The greatest day in motorsports is a reminder that we are on the heels of America's most somber holiday.
Mhm.
We, of course, think about all of the men and women women who serve across our military branches, but this weekend is about those who paid the ultimate sacrifice to allow us to do what we do on this day each and every year. We are, of course, thinking about all of our former and active military this weekend as well.
No one does it better than the Charlotte Motor Speedway, saying thank you to those who paid the ultimate price. The families, Road Star families that are here, it's just a special weekend. You just feel the love.
Let's get an update on yesterday's winner. Here's Johnson.
You guys saw all the field getting punched up at the start of this race. That led to some left front damage on the nose, as you see in the 45 truck of Ross Chastain. Came over the radio, asked him if they should come in and pit and tend to it. His crew chief Phil Gould told him, as long as it's driving all right, stay out. Ross said it seems to be driving fine as of now, so let's keep an eye on the 45 and see how this damage affects their run right now, guys.
And Regan, I don't see enough there that I think could have hurt the downforce on the front of that truck. It looks like it's came in up above up higher on the fender, and I think it's fine the way it's flared out on the bottom.
As long as that tire's not smoking, let it go for it. Dylan Huntington also has some damage on the backside of his Hallmark Reason number 62 truck. However, he too is likely to stay out and try to continue his battle as he's running.
All right, come back to the green.
Back underway. It'll be 19 laps to go.
19 laps to go.
His first ever laps in Charlotte Motor Speedway brings us back to the race.
Back to green. No.
And you can see that's going to be a proud moment for that school located here in Charlotte to be running right out front and lead this race.
Corey, they slip up to the high spot right there. Just really trying to learn that 7 truck of fight, but that was a big moment in turns 1 and 2.
Look at this mess. They're all over the place.
And the wrong line breezing there on Garcia. 52 and 98 on the bottom of the track. Garcia trying to hold on to a loose truck. Double wide for what looks like 6. Now 3 wide on turn 4.
This is crazy. Just what we expected all over this racetrack.
Thought maybe we'd have some time to take and learn for a little bit for these drivers. Not the case, Michael. They're getting after it. Truck in the middle, Ben Rhodes in the 99. Corey Day continuing to slide back. He just got off the top 10 for the first time in this race.
Chastain with a big push on the back of Day. He'll go high. See if he can make some moves down there. Then it's starting to race for Stuart Friesen there. He's getting the blue truck up top.
Just a little bit. The train still in front of that is, but not by much. Honeycutt still trying to work the top side. He's been pretty much committed to that still through since this race began. And you see what that middle crew does. It gives Kane Honeycutt that run down the back straightaway. He's just trying to get that truck wound up to be able to see if he can make pass. And look at Christian Eckes in front of him. The back of that truck is hanging out as he goes to the lead, Michael.
It's hanging out. He's got the.
All right, new leader here at Charlotte. Christian Eckes goes to the front.
This is a big day for Christian Eckes. The Hoagland team has struggled mightily this year. He's able to drive to the lead.
Last week, very uncharacteristic. They still battled to get a second place run, but man, I know they had their struggles. Looking fantastic. Becomes our third different leader. He got the lead in dramatic fashion. Watch this. That's what you call it. Let's get an update on the third leader of the race, Christian Eckes. Here's Josh.
Well, guys, you talked about the consistency we've seen from Christian Eckes in his first year back in the truck series. I talked to him the other day, and he talked about the frustrations. Said there's only been a couple of races where it felt like they had a dominant truck capable of winning. So he said we had to evaluate our team, look at some things we can change. He said they went back to setups that they used a couple of years ago.
When you die for 40.
That truck being just a little bit tell you, Michael, I'm starting this race today out there like these guys are. I want my truck to be just a little bit to the tight side. That's way easier to manage early on in the track. So you know exactly what you want.
And I just love what Lane Riggs is doing right now. He had the lead. He was front of the bottom. He lost the lead. He said, well, there's more grooves out there. Let me try to talk with it, see if I can get down up there. And you see immediately Brandon Jones attacks. He adjusts. He said, I see the track. I hope I get some ground. I'm going to give that a go up there.
Good morning, Lane Riggs. Here's Amanda.
Yeah, guys, I think he's just holding on for dear life out there in Radio 2 at Team. This thing is so loose. I'm just holding on, so he's counting down this last to the end of the finish line. Hey, look at that USC Charlotte right there. Charlotte in so proud of this round. Kennedy picks USC Charlotte. He has lots of easy warriors right there on the back of Charlotte. Take a photo with this truck in his acceptance letter.
What a great feeling it is representing your school at your home track. And you can see Regan, wow, she was talking to him, he was talking to him.
Both corners, turns 1 or 2 in, 3 or 4, that truck was extremely loose. And we just mentioned it, Michael, that you definitely, as we see Ty Majeski
88
on the racetrack just on pit road during that first caution.
What's going on here? That looks like some sort of electrical problem.
Power at all? I got power, but like it's like this cloud is happening. The cloud is like,
Something's wrong with that 88 truck.
And not sure what could be going on if the throttle's just not engaging on that truck, so we'll have to keep up with that.
I've never heard that throttle not engaging. I was going to get you to break that down for me, Regan.
I'm glad you did. I was trying to leave that to you, Michael, but been a rough season for Ty Majeski as the caution's out now. Does not look like Majeski is going to be able to make it back, and even if so, he's traveling at a very slow pace with the apron turns 3 and 4, and that will draw the second caution of the race with 9 laps to go in this stage. And I mean, look at the trajectory of Ty's year so far. You want to see those line graphs be as straight as possible, and when you start getting those peaks and valleys on there, it can be frustrating. You know you're fast, but then the bad races in between, it just, as a team and a driver, it can frustrate you.
Yeah, you just, you know you have potential, and you know you're gonna eventually win. When you have the kind of speed he has, but just a lot of problems this year.
For a stock portfolio looks like that, we would not be able to sleep at night. That was a rough look, and it looks like it's going to head back down for Majeski, who has already gone a lap down, and he will continue.
Yeah, that 88's not going to make it back to pit road.
Comes out at an interesting time, 8 to go on the stage, and you got to think there's a number of crew chiefs down there that are thinking this is the time to flip the stage right now, potentially, when they do open pit road up, possibly flip it and get your shot out of the way, or need an adjustment. Now would be the time.
We're gonna have some flippers. We're gonna have some stage flippers here for sure.
Especially for some of the trucks that may not be racing for the Drivers' Championship, like a Brandon Jones, a Ross Chastain, a William Sawalins that are in the top 10. Those may be some of the 3 that may want to take advantage of this because they don't need the stage points this time.
An interesting fact for me is Shane Pittsburgh. We saw him just laboring in the back of the field. They took that green flag for this restart, and he has jumped up 13 spots inside the
What did I
the
do?
71 truck. Was on quite the race pass on a struggle lap as he came to that caution. This would be an interesting time for him to say, okay, guys, we got a truck we can pass people with, we can win this race with. Let's use some strategy here. That's what this is all about.
And it sounds like on the radio that we might be seeing SVG as one of the trucks that are going to the left to try to come down the pit lane once the pits are open. As for the race leader, Christian Atkins, he's now led in 4 of his 6 starts at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Well, this summer, the biggest tournament on the planet comes to America, and you can see it all right here on Fox. Get ready for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's all kicking off June 11th on Fox FS1. It's been fun to travel to a lot of different cities and hosting the World Cup and see them start to move in a big way. Really excited to see how that all pans out.
Dover last week, I got me a USA jersey. So I'm going to be proudly watching Fox Sports and following America.
It's exciting to see Team USA on Fox and see what they're capable of most of the time. So the pit gates are going to be open this time.
Yeah, 13's also having issues too.
Really tough 2026. That's Cole Butcher, whose truck came to a stop, and that is going to shut the pits down for another lap at least.
That's interesting. Getting a report of fuel pressure issues for the 13 of Butcher. He's been fast too. You know, you talk about the ups and downs. He starts with a lot of promise, a lot of speed, but has had a lot of issues during the course of the season. The team's filling it up with gas. You can see the crew members back there working on that left rear corner.
And I have to think it seems way too early in the race to be out of fuel. Gotta think maybe there's something else going on causing them to feel like it's out of fuel potentially. Maybe or something like
Four sport trucks there.
Yeah, you can see them, they're getting ready to race that this truck, and that would kind of indicate that there's something else that they want to try to see if they can figure out. This team desperately wants to try to mediate the problem because they do not want this to be a fourth straight DNF for Cole and this team.
Talk about the speed early in this race for Daniel Hemrick driving up to the field as well. Ricky Stenhouse, a strong start to this race. Stenhouse doesn't need any points. I'd be really surprised if he isn't one of the guys.
The amount of spots he's moved up, 18 since the start of the race. That would be a great win for them. You know, we mentioned we thought he was going to be good in the sport truck today. So far.
Because that just screams America to me, right? Labor Day weekend, got the red, white, blue flying on that Ford JF electric vehicle truck.
So the pits are going to be open this time. And it's great to decide how they want to treat the remainder of this stage. As they make second approach to the first time of this qualifying ride. And Ace is going to lead the charge as we get set to kick off pit stops. It's going to have one end.
Yeah, and Eric, I might take the opportunity as well. Because right after he lost the lead, where he was like, "I'm just hanging on out here." His crews are one of the first to open the wall. As you see the change happening now, it's going to be air pressure adjustment and wedge to get this truck running. Relinquish, Josh.
Is pretty happy with that truck at the start. And the team time purchase that one be freed up too much. And that adjustment, 4 tires and fuel. And then Kane Honeycutt, same report, tight, not able to really get to the truck to start with, especially on turn 4. 4 tires and fuel for Honeycutt. And in the race off of pit road, it is going to be Grant Enfinger.
It's like the 9 of Grant Enfinger is going to win the race off pit road.
So strategy being deployed here before we close out stage 1 at Charlotte. Race start on the other side of the race. This burrito, it ain't gonna deliver itself. I'm noodle looking both ways. And if you don't have the right all covers, you'll be paying for this yourself. Switch to Allstate, and you can save hundreds. Hey, Jules, you still dating that slot machine?
The yard looks incredible. Thanks. All it took was.
Really?
Super easy.
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
Working.
My name is Daniel. I've been barista for 8 years, but I wanted to bring my take on real coffee to the community. And my Toyota BZ helped me get that.
Imagine what you can do with an all-electric vehicle that gets you. Toyota. Let's go places.
Once the LPD tried to stop you, you kept going. Rescue, a 3-in-1 inhaler. Better breathing starting within 5 minutes and helps prevent flare-ups. Breztri won't replace the rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Ask your doctor about Breztri.
We tried everything to get a great yard.
Doing it ourselves.
Different lawn care companies.
But with True Green, we finally got the golf course quality lawn.
That's when the golfers showed up.
Whoa, she's the beast. I told ya. Somehow we get our weekends back.
Did you know it was this comment to tell me?
Everyone knew. Good luck with that.
Our lawn has never looked better.
You find True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn.
Fairways look great.
Sign up now at truegreen.com.
Welcome back to the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Setting up what is going to be a two-run sprint to end stage one after what was a very eventful round of pit stops, including for Leland Honeyman, who was running in the top 10 at the time, had a little bit of trouble getting out of his pit stall.
There's stuff going on all over this pit road. You can see just squeezing his way out there.
62. Looks like he almost stalled.
And we saw the initial start, Michael. We saw the initial start in how guys were able to spin tires and what could happen with a couple trucks on the front row. Justin Haley and Dawson Sutton. Old tires on those trucks.
88 sitting on pit road with its hood and back panel up. First time I've seen the back of a truck opened up in quite some time.
We also got a report that his teammate Cole Butcher, they had to change a fuel pump on that truck as well. Bizarre for both four-sport trucks to be plagued with that problem. As we get set, the drivers are going to approach the Echo Park Automotive restart zone, and it is a couple of drivers looking for stage points. Justin Haley in his first laps.
All right, back to green. Justin Haley and Dawson Sutton on the front row. Damn, that 16 is going to get swarmed. And there he goes. And Eckes goes back to the point. And he's away. Damn, that 16. Damn, that 16's falling back. Final lap, stage one.
He wanted to go low so bad, but decided to swing up to the top side. Didn't get that box truck.
All right, coming to the green, white, checker flag. Christian Eckes, stage one winner. Yes, he is. The 91's always been a McAnally truck. Well, actually, in case you're curious, the truck race is on Fox Sports 1 while the Indy 500 is on Fox Sports. Fox Sports, FS1 are two very different channels. They're Fox, just two different channels. I know it's strange, but that's what's saying.
Well, it has certainly been a very tough few days here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we continue to honor the life and legacy of not only the all-time wins leader in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, all-time wins leader in the O'Reilly Series, two-time Cup Series champion, Kyle Busch. We lost on Thursday at the age of 41. Kyle leaves us behind with many memories of his success. He had a tenacity and a drive for victory and an absolute hatred for anything but. His personality and everything that came along with Rowdy is certainly going to be missed. Our hearts and thoughts are with his family and also knew Kyle and loved him.
Fancy Fancy Feast presents our latest chef-inspired creation, Fancy Feast Gems. This rich pyramid mousse pate puts mealtime in a whole new light and turns the everyday into extraordinary.
I hope the second stage we can just go green all the way and not have any cautions, even though that's probably not going to age well, but where.
Trading values are high. Get more cash for your car. We pay off auto leases and loans. The ultimate once-a-year Memorial Day sale on now at the Elk Grove Auto Mall.
Movie night. Movie night.
Just a little more sausage with muffin egg in there.
Easily turn movie day into movie night. Transfer your internet in the Xfinity. Lock in your price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
The Elk Grove Auto Mall announces the ultimate once-a-year Memorial Day sale. Time to buy, sell or save. Celebration savings. Special financing.
Cameron, bring it here.
The ultimate once-a-year Memorial Day sale.
Open it up.
At the Elk Grove Auto Mall. This copyrighted telecast may not be
Leave it on the paper. Put it on the plate.
NASCAR broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Would you microwaving? For what? Do 30 seconds. Did you open the sandwich?
Yes, I did.
30 seconds, that's too much.
Crown jewels are something that you do have to capture quite often, including the Brickyard 400. Another exclamation point for the second title to put a stamp on the one that he races. Kyle's legacy was something that is going to live on forever throughout our industry. As we welcome you back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, the North Carolina Education Moderation 400. And we'll welcome you back into the broadcast booth along with Michael Waltrip and Regan Smith. I'm Eric Brennan. And, you know, Michael, it's really been hard to grasp the reality of living these last 2 days, knowing that Kyle is no longer with us. And the mood has been somber, but looking at clips like that and some of the other memories we've been able to stir up, what a life that Kyle lived and what a legacy he's left behind.
You know what I love? I know he's in heaven looking down. And so many people that he battled elbow to elbow with and wrecked and wanted to fight are telling everyone how wonderful of a person Kyle was, what a competitor he was, what competitive spirit he possessed, and how much he wanted to go out and do the right thing on the racetrack by winning races. And then you see him now raising his kids, all the things he does with Brexton and Lennox. It just warms your heart. And I know Kyle's smiling thinking, wow, I didn't know they all liked me that much. And I know also that his family are loving these moments too, getting to hear everybody.
All right, so Christian Eckes won stage 1, but as you can see, the leaderboard is 100% broken again. Yes, some numbers are missing.
And we talked for maybe 10 seconds about racing and about race cars. We spent the next 5 to 10 minutes talking about
I'll give it time.
Family and what was going on with Lennox and Samantha and just, you know, as everyone's been saying all weekend, it doesn't seem real. It just doesn't seem real. And to have had the opportunity to be on the racetrack and race with Kyle and know him off the track and the family man that he became, he was going to be so missed. And just love being able to honor him this weekend and showcase what a talent he was. Well, off the track, Michael was able to have some fun with him as well. We talked about the Cup Championships. How about this title that Kyle won?
He's a 24/7 wrestling champion. I was a referee that night, surprised those guys, showed my referee outfit, and watch this move Kyle Busch puts on.
Watch him as a referee shirt out.
Right there. 1, 2, 3, and Kyle Busch becomes 24/7 champion in 2019.
It just doesn't matter what it was. Kyle found a way to always win. Even in wrestling.
All he does is win, win, win. That's right.
So we will continue to honor Kyle not only throughout the rest of this program, but throughout the rest of the season, as will just about every racing series. From Charlotte to Indy, it's all over and well deserved for Kyle and company as we're a half a lap away from the restart here with the trucks to begin stage number 2. A little bit of housekeeping here. We talked about Justin Haley falling back. He actually had a flat left front on the last lap, as did his teammate Brendan Butterbean Queen. Most of the trucks came on down, filled up into a race field with zero carbon bioethanol, and this Christian Eckes who took home top honors on the stage, and bringing out Dawson Sutton hanging on there for a top 10.
Yeah, really nice job on Old Tires finding a way to get at least a point out of it. And you mentioned Justin Haley. Had to question if something wasn't going wrong there as quick as he fell back to the pack.
Take a picture of the stage finish.
See Ricky Stenhouse going to restart on the outside of the fourth row, and then the guy I've been watching all race long, Regan Jones. I think he's going to be one of my favorites to get it done today. He's just got a fast number 1 truck, and he's in a good spot right now.
As they come into the Echo Park
All right, time for stage number 2.
Truck on the bottom in the 91, and then the number 1 truck of Brandon Jones alongside as we're back on the
Here we go.
25 laps ago. In stage 2.
Nice start there. Good pushes from the road. Grant said, I'm tired of pushing, though. I'm going high. Takes that 9 truck up top. Oh!
Everybody keeps it straight.
You see those guys zigzagging around the straightaway, just trying to break the draft to get a little bit of a cushion behind them.
Looked like Frank was maybe going to make that top side work when we got down the backstretch. Unfortunately, 3 and 4 didn't work out for him. He's going to have to try and get that lined up again. And Caden Honeycutt trying to make a move to the bottom here, but
Look how wide lane's running in that. Down to the bottom. Catch that draft. He's important to remember at home if you're watching 180 miles an hour pickup truck. That's why that air is so much. So tight.
After the draft in these trucks, very impactful, and that's why we'll see Briggs and company try to stay right in the tracks of the leader. But up the lead with coming in the 62, you saw him get out of shape on the restart. Flat tire as he came down.
To break the draft on the straightaways when we see it.
When the lonely cross, we go and walking by.
Give him a little bit loose right there. Oh, trouble. Front straightaway. Got a truck up in flames going down to turn number 1.
Oh, help me. Caution. I think the 2 truck blew up.
Get some moisture under the hood. See if Luke can hop out of that thing right quick.
Saw the wind of that down quick, which he's hustling out as fast as he can. And glad to see him hop out.
Yes, sir.
Luke was unfortunately still a lap down at the time after the initial problem at the start of the race. You see Luke climbing from the truck.
Letting the safety team know that he's okay, but he's obviously taking in some fumes off the
See the top of the screen there.
Yep, that was an engine problem for the 2 truck.
Yeah, Michael, and push the fire to foul immediately.
That's time for it on the all that fire just started.
Caution's
Pop out of that, and you know, looking on TV,
blue.
you just as a guy that's a couple guys that's been on fire before, it's just you can't explain the intensity of that heat when it comes up like that.
All you're thinking about is let me get this vehicle stopped, which is exactly what he did. Get out as quick as he can, and he did a nice job. The cab of the truck, it's very difficult to see. You're worried about slowing down. You're also trying to keep the truck on the track the best you can and get down to where you can come to a safe stop. And you see the thumbs up from Luke. That's what you like to see. I know he's frustrated, but that thumbs up tells everybody I'm okay.
And I like that kid's competitiveness. I mean, every time he gets behind the wheel of this 2 truck, he puts it up front. He puts it in a good position. He's had some good runs. And sad that it came to an end early here today, but he'll continue to learn and continue to grow as a driver.
drove for Luke's dad, Tommy, for a year, and Luke was a really little kid. It's kind of crazy to see him all grown up right now, and you know, to be out here in the truck series and doing the things he is. He does a nice job. He puts the trucks in the best places that he can, and is really doing a good job of learning his racecraft.
You know why? He was a little kid. You're old. You've gotten old.
I wasn't going to go down that path, Michael. I was just pretending that maybe, you know, I'm old for it. I'm just going to go with that.
It feels good to be up here. Doesn't matter what's still involved in this wonderful sport of NASCAR. Getting to do what we love. Watch out, race.
So this is caution number 4. Charlotte kicks off a very unique stretch of tracks for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Yeah, you see right here, Charlotte obviously today, but Nashville Concrete 1.33 mile track. Michael, I know you love Nashville. That's going to be fun. And then Michigan, the manufacturers, 2 miles, and it's as fast as they come.
And what about we're going to another street course? Man, we had so much fun down in St. Pete with these guys, and now we're going to go to San Diego Race on the streets there, Naval Base.
Then we ended the road course, National Train Road course, line walk one for the second straight year, and then back on the short track at Wilkesboro Speedway. This is just such a fun schedule of races right here, and you can look at any one of these and say, hey, what's your favorite one? I know for me, I am looking forward to San Diego. Going to be some special race around the Naval Base. But as far as that San Diego stop, let's see what it's going to look like when we get there.
This is amazing. I cannot wait to wander around on the Naval Base. Another opportunity just to say thank you to the men and women that protect us and keep us the greatest country in the world.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful scene. It's hard to believe that there's going to be a racetrack in those shots that we just saw. And aircraft carriers sitting right there. And what a special weekend. Continuing to work this caution in stage number 2. Let's go down to Josh.
Good update on Corey Day. Started the day on the pole. He was really tight in that 7 truck during the first run. He made an adjustment, a track bar adjustment to try and help him out a little bit better, but still said he's too tight, especially in 3 and 4. They told him he's probably going to have to run the bottom line, even though he wants to move up to compensate for that. But this 7 truck for Corey Day, we know
The going has become.
told me earlier today that yes, it's something that is going to be on his mind. The best thing he can do is victory lane in the trash, give it all. But it's one thing to honor KB with the win out here today, guys.
I help me. Take the coin home. Get the take.
Just so cool to see those logos back down that out there driving for Kyle today.
You know what I love about Corey? I mean, it's been crazy, his race. I mean, he's been sideways, he's been 3 wide, but he's sitting in the 6th position, still in position to go win this race. We're going to call our 4th caution of the race. We'll set aside and go down for the race start here in Charlotte.
How did I get here? It started when Papay's mom opened up my world. I was worried when I started to do foresight, but my doctor recommended Papay's mom. Papay's
We
mom
make a
is the
man.
only treatment thought to block tongue ulcers and rectal cancer. So I'm back to doing what I love, knowing that Papay's mom improves vision. And there's a chance for up to 4 months.
Don't take that night. No. Now help me.
Time machine. It's a good friend. It's all your friends. It's your inner child. It's all the stars in the sky. Number 1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive
John, they say with Lavazza, you'll become a maestro. Yeah, maestro of coffee. So there's nothing to do with music. It does coffee. Coffee. Shall I go again? Please don't.
Enjoy the pleasure of a massively crafted coffee and feel like an Italian barista.
I hope to. I need that one. That is my G flat.
Charlotte Motor Speedway, named America's home for racing, also the home of the 600 on one of the biggest racing days of the year. Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. We are getting set to restart this race following a caution at the Pete Baldwin. Had a problem heading down to turn one. Let's listen to some radio from the driver running at the top 10, Brandon Jones.
44 as they were starting to get into the territory now, and we may not make the full distance.
Adverse weather conditions. That means at 12 o'clock, the next lap will be the white flag. And I feel like we're going to make the distance still, but the teams are just letting their guys know it's a possibility that we won't go all the way, but I feel like we're going to make it.
And it's not like we need anything to ramp the intensity up just a little bit more, Michael. It's been intense already on the track for these trucks. And, we'll have to, as a team, already keep an eye on it, but not something overly concerning right now. We're just reminding the drivers that every time you want to know those things, you have no extra time when you're in the truck. All you know is what lap you're on and who you're racing around. So you need those reminders. Now, if we happen to get towards the end of the race before 12 o'clock, we need some time and we're having a caution, we would have the opportunity for overtime. It's only in effect when we get up to 12 noon. That would be the time that we keep an eye on here on the block. We need to restart this race. Christian Eckes on Kyle Busch Motorsports 019. Alongside of Lane Briggs are going to bring us down for this restart. It's going to be 15 laps to go in the stage, 89 laps to go in the race. A pair of Tricon Garage teammates who Peyton Honeycutt the points in the 11 and row 2 with Brandon Jones up to the outside to round out your front four. Getting set to come into the Echo Car Automotive Restart Zone with Eckes the control truck. And the trend has been he has been picking the bottom. We'll see if it works out for him here as we get back.
We'll come back to the green. We're halfway through stage 2.
Briggs back to the lead. Jones to second. Honeycutt trying to get down low as Jones beats up top of the lead in one.
Brandon Jones going for the lead. Oh, there goes Corey Day. Oh, wow. Well, oh, he just got nailed by another driver. Looks like that looked like Mini Tyrell that got. Dang, he got some air. Did y'all see that?
Collected one of the Ram trucks as they went by. I believe that was Mini Tyrell that caught him as he spun back up into the racing groove. But a heartbreaking end for what has been a very, very tough few days for this team.
Damn, wow. We saw Corey moving around inside of that truck, which is fine. The safety team is there to check on him. driver's side is always very scary. But I did see him moving around in the truck.
Rare that we see, a truck is to your point, Michael. You can really see him moving around there. Rare that we see a truck lift off the ground like that. There's just no opportunity to scrub any of that speed as he was going backwards.
And we talked about the speed, Regan, and 180 miles an hour in a truck. And when something goes wrong, it just happens in a hurry. I'm just so thankful that things stay returned to the ground on its wheels. See if there's a little bit of a block here.
He was the 17 of Gio Ruggiero. See, look at that. He got air. Look at that.
What the heck?
With that
Oh
driver's
my
side,
gosh.
which is a tough place to make that impact. That's where the ball kind of jogs back in. Right
Yeah, that was Mini Tyrell.
Behind there to get out to the trucks.
It's like someone else brushed the wall. Damn, Connor Jones almost got one. Also, here's what Travis. Damn, Travis Pastrana, close call for him. Oh yeah, there's this YouTuber that I follow. Whoa, look at that. Damn. Oh yeah, that was.
So thankful for safer barriers and the fact that he was able to hit a wall that moved. Watch how this happens.
Just cleans him out. Good job. Dang, we've already had 5 cautions already. Holy crap.
Let's take a listen to the radio from that 7 truck of Corey Day.
Oh yeah, mom. So yeah, one follower posted the photos yesterday of them unhauling the 33 from the hauler, and they showed several drivers, like pictures of several drivers paying tribute. One of them was Bubba Wallace. Well, when it came to Bubba Wallace, people unleashed their hatred towards Bubba Wallace for nothing. Yeah, this guy said he had to remove like a lot of comments of people just going after Bubba Wallace. They're mostly just toxic haters. Oh yeah, Tony Stewart's on Indy's pre-race show. He's got a Kyle Busch pin on his.
Yeah, Eric, happy to report that 19-year-old Luke Baldwin has been released from the
Here's
Gear
Luke
Center.
Baldwin.
That got big and fiery quick for you.
His dad is Tommy Baldwin, who used to own Tommy Baldwin Racing.
I went off of 4 and filled up with smoke, and then I was just trying to get it shut off and slow down and off the racetrack, and then I saw a lot of orange and red, and I guess a little bit of panic set in, but I felt like I got out in the time it mattered. Just unfortunate. I hate it. We had something go wrong on the first couple laps. I don't know if it was just super free and I lost it, but it felt like I might have had a tire go down. I don't know. I don't want to make an excuse if it was my fault, but I don't know. And then the guys were working super hard to get it fixed, and I think we're going to end up being able to make the stage 3, pick a couple off, and just ride around and hopefully make it to the end. I hate it for my guys. They worked way too hard all week for an incident like that on the first couple laps, and then to lose engine, just hate it for the whole program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Luke worked very hard with the Team Rayon organization to help rebuild the truck. After the incident at Dover last week, as the pits are open, and the first truck to come down, Gio Ruggiero, with some noticeable damage there right above the right front headlight, and he leads several more down for service.
Yeah, Mini Tyrell's done for the day. My post from yesterday, so it's been almost a full day. It's gotten 121,500 plus views. Post I made yesterday that's gone viral. 121,500 views. Well, it's 122,000 now and counting.
from earlier on probably didn't need to be fixed, but this one definitely needed some help.
We are under caution number 5 after a frightening ride for Corey Day. He is thankfully okay.
To dream the impossible dream. To reach every seat world champions.
What? You think the U.S. is going to win the World Cup?
Hey, you don't believe in miracles?
At Napa, we know how to keep undercar under control. That's why our solutions are driven by 3 steps. Stop, go, throw. Stop safety issues by checking systems before they become bigger problems. Go further with quality repairs that prevent costly contacts. Then go your business behind the parts, people, and expertise that keep your shop moving at full speed. That's Napa know-how.
Bundle insurance with Liberty and save hundreds. It's bundle your insurance with Liberty Mutual and save hundreds. These are fun. I know they are, but let's focus. Let's go again. Oh, you might hear. Stumble and shade. It's not it. Fumble and save. Bundle with an N. Fumble and save. Who gave them crackers? Cuddle and wait. You know, that's close enough.
Only pay for what you need.
All right, got the leaderboard working again. Guess I did need to refresh it. Well, it sort of kind of is working.
New fruity pebble shake and the new chocolate frosted donut blizzard treat. The new breakfast collection. Here for any time of day, but not for long.
You know that snake pit there in Indianapolis? Connor Daly turned up the crowd.
Every day, there are heroes among us. Men and women who serve something bigger than themselves. They sacrifice, they inspire, and they deserve to be honored in a way that lasts. Nominate a veteran or active duty service member for the NASCAR Heroes Pass and give them NASCAR. Visit NASCAR.com/salute to nominate a hero today.
The NASCAR Cup Series races for another crown jewel in NASCAR's longest race, the Coca-Cola 600. Racing begins at 6 p.m. Eastern on Pride.
What a night.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy adding a morning truck race to the biggest day of motorsports of the year. Just continues on, right? From start to finish, you wake up with your coffee, a little breakfast, and for motorsports fans, this is the absolute greatest day. Of course, 500 on Fox in a little bit is always so exciting.
We're warming up those Indy 500 fans. We're getting them ready to go. This is a great day.
A lot of America. A lot of fans here getting an early start with the 600 coming up later on.
And charge your phone. Oh.
Travis Pastrana, he's been very, very persistent. We saw him start at the back, missed a crash. He's all the way upside the top 15 right now.
And nobody needs to, Michael, right? You spend the first half of the race just learning and figuring and refreshing yourself, right? He doesn't do this very often anymore, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
Look at those eyes. Look at the intensity. I mean, this guy's done it all in motorsports. He's 2 wheels, 4 wheels, in the air, jumping things, it doesn't matter.
Backflips, front flips, all of them.
I just love his eyes right there. That's what it's all about.
So it'll be 7 laps to go in stage 2. Lane Riggs got the lead off the last restart with Brandon Jones joining him on the front row. Christian Eckes, the stage 1 winner, is going to restart in third into the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. And again,
all right, back to green. Here we go.
As we got 7 to go in stage 2.
Ross Chastain immediately looked. And that's why momentum up there bring Ben Rhodes to the podium for the first time today. That's the first for those blocks.
Just everything they can do to
keep that lead right now for Lane Riggs and trying to keep Christian at that point. Riggs holds the lead on the restart, and he's second, 3 wide, 2 rows deep, and contact.
Oh, contact.
Right, and he heads onto the truck to turn 1.
Wow, that was a close one. Look at Shane Beckensbergen up top.
Yeah, SVG making a start in this race was the last thing I was expecting. Yeah.
Corey LaJoy in that 10.
Kind of Corey LaJoy.
Just some incredible battles here. Always 3 wide on these restarts. Something the track stripped up, and these guys have a lot of confidence in what they're doing with these vehicles.
I don't have a lot of confidence in all that. It seems crazy to me the way they battle and block, and we see the result of it. Look at that, streaking all the way to the bottom on the back straightaway is Riggs.
It's a battle for 4th. Daniel Hemrick, who again started way back in the field when this race came down to green and is trying to join his teammate and get up towards the top 3. Working over Chastain, who got a great run on turn 4. Now he's sitting inside of Brandon Jones for 3rd.
Power move there by Ross to the bottom, but Brandon isn't giving up on the top.
Yeah, Ross Chastain pretty much closed the door on the one truck.
Ross really finding that lane that he likes, right? And it's so cool, Charlotte Michael, when you find a lane that you like and you can make it work. And Ross certainly a lot of experience around this track. Of course, won last night's race as well. Ross with 2 drivers in the field trying to run triple duty on the weekend. Connor Zillich being the other as we ride on board with the points here. You just watch that truck in front of you get followed when you do that. That's the worst place to have that happen. The quarter exit pedal in it. As he tries it all the way to the 3 and 4, just trying to make up that ground on Brandon Jones.
This is to work that throttle. Wanted it to go, but not time for it to go yet.
If these guys aren't driving harder right now, if you hear them working a throttle like that, you know that these guys are getting after it.
I feel like I'm driving. There's so much going on down there. This is intense.
Lap and a half to go on the stage. Lane Riggs working with about the biggest lead we've seen anybody have all day. And 32nd, just about for 7th spot between the pair of Motorsport teammates.
All right, 2 to go in stage 2.
See into the top 10, Stuart Friesen.
Final lap. Come by.
Really high, but good momentum down the front for Jake in that 98.
Stuart Friesen coming to the inside.
The 98 lost his momentum as you see another truck for the McAnally Hillman Stables there. Tyler Ankrum into the top 10.
This one will go all the way down to end the stage. Meanwhile, here comes Lane Riggs.
They come to the green and white checkered flag. Stage 2 winner, Lane Riggs. And Christian Eck is 2nd, Ross Chastain 3rd, Daniel Hemrick 4th, Brandon Jones 5th, Caden Honeycutt 6th, Stuart Friesen 7th, Ben Rhodes 8th, Jake Garcia 9th, and Tyler Ankrum will round out the top 10 in stage 2.
Some great moves to the outside, and he was able to complete that pass. Both of the Motorsport trucks in that final lap of the stage. Well, we just saw a pretty wild incident on the back straightaway involving the truck that led us to the green flag. Amanda is with Corey Day.
Yeah, Eric, it's a very scary ride for Corey Day in the 7. Happy to see that he is released from medical. And Corey, I know what this weekend means to you and for the team. We're going to take a look at the replay. Can you walk us through your experience?
Yeah, the 17 just got a big run there off of 2, and he kind of, started to shade down, so I shaded with him, and then he shaded back up, and that was it. So, I don't know. My spotter didn't do anything wrong, and he told me he was there. I just thought I was clear, and I wasn't. So, I stayed for the 7 guys. I mean, this is exactly what I didn't want to do today. I just wanted to deliver him a good run. So, I feel terrible. Yeah, just hate it.
In Corey's defense, coming out of the car yesterday, but the closing rates, they vary a little bit between those cars that were running here today. Perhaps just misjudged that, took full responsibility there. Yeah, and that's, sometimes when you're battling, right, if you know that you want to throw that block and save that position, and to your point, Eric, the closing rates are very different between the two series at different times. And, it's just one of those situations where Gio was trying to make that move and wasn't going to give when he made that move either. And that's the end result.
Wouldn't you say there's been a few blocks thrown? I mean, that's going to happen. You got to just determine when you throw those blocks. Is that guy behind you going to take it, or is he going to put the fender to you?
And there's going to be a few more thrown as well. That won't be the last one we see.
We're going to see some action here, right?
It's going to be open this time. We expect most of the field to come down.
All right, pit road's open.
And in fact, just about everybody, except for a few, will head to pit road, but man goes down there.
Well, at 34 of lane races led some of the most laps around your Charlotte Motor Speedway here today, but he's saying that this truck is a little free. He's struggling with rear security, Josh. There will be adjustments made on this Mo Falcons truck.
On the other side of things for Ross Chastain, he said that truck is tighter than it was earlier. They're going to make some adjustments to help him out. The 91 of Christian Eck is the same deal. He said that truck is very tight, especially on throttle, even worse in traffic. As he told him, don't worry, we'll help you out as well.
You know what I love, guys? We've got varying strategies, and we've seen it all day long. Different trucks staying out while others pit. It makes for some intense restarts, I know that. But it's fun to follow along and see who's got what for a plan.
And we're going to see what our Stage 2 winner, Lane Riggs, can do with the varying strategy. His second stage win of the season. Looking to see if he can get his second win of the season. How about that for Charlotte as we kick off Stage 3?
Steve. John, they say with Lavazza, you'll become a maestro. Yeah, maestro of coffee. So it has nothing to do with music. It does. Just coffee. Coffee. Shall I go again? Please don't.
Enjoy the pleasure of a masterfully crafted coffee and feel like an Italian barista at home.
Don't do it.
Discover Lavazza Blends now.
I need that one. That is my G flat.
At Credit One Bank, we believe anything's possible.
It's freezing. I'm gonna go back to the module.
What?
How many races are there in Amazon Prime?
I think there's 5.
The award goes to Greg.
There's
From what month?
starting this weekend to June 21st. Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Pocono, and San Diego.
30 days, right?
Yes.
30 days.
IndyCar racing is the fastest racing on earth. So Fox and Gold's fastest ad. Let's just see what points you have 2 minutes.
Amazon Prime?
Here it is.
Yeah.
Missed it. Here it is again. That's fast. Then it's the Indy 500 only on Fox. Back when all these great roads were built, some turned out straight as an arrow. Others long and winding. Put it up on switchbacks.
Also, some of y'all probably noticed that Jamie Little's not in the booth. That new guy up there, his name is Eric Brennan. I'm not sure if he's going to be the host going forward, but I guess we can see how the
Now 20% off. Create that perfect setup with backyard canopy starting at $69.99. And step into savings when you buy one pair of Skechers shoes, get the second one 50% off. Whether you're hanging in the pool or in your backyard, Big Five Sporting Goods has everything to help you this Memorial Day. Big brands, big values, Big Five.
What time was the race, Cameron, later?
3 o'clock. Why? What do you plan on doing?
I can do a 30
of the hundreds of bows that Kyle Busch rightfully took throughout his life and career. So welcome me back up to the broadcast booth. And, you know, gentlemen, I love when a driver can deliver a unique style celebration.
And by the time our 30-day trial is up, we will be past San Diego by that point.
That trend is carried on to this week, and I think we're going to see some more bows here at Charleston Speedway today.
You know, those fans warmed up to Kyle. Later, as he won more and more races, and recently there were more cheers and boos, and that moment at Dover, seeing him give the bow and saluting the fans and their response to it, it's something that will live with us as NASCAR fans and folks. It'll live with us forever.
I got to see a number of those bows, not only as a competitor, and as a competitor.
I think some of the merchandise haulers, yeah, they're undoubtedly going to have some of the cars that I missed out on. But I kind of have an idea of which cars I'm after. It's not like I'm just going to go in there and just pick out a random car. But I can say that this will be, I think it's a given yearly that when I go to Snowman, that will be my only time to get a 124 car sometime.
How much are we looking forward to watching Brixton stand up there and give those bows as he races forward with his NASCAR career?
It is only a matter of time until he's making a lot of those. So as we're just under a lap away from the restart, we got a bit of a hodgepodge of strategy here. Now, it looks as though the top 9 trucks have stayed out and go back to about 50 first truck out. And we are targeting 45 minutes from now when this adverse conditions rule takes effect. So we hit the 12 o'clock hour here in Eastern. That means that the next time the leader comes by the start-finish line, they will see the white flag. No chance at overtime. With 16 laps to go in this restart, it's going to be close, especially with how frantic the racing has been. And the closer we get to that 12 o'clock hour...
No, these drivers just need to keep their car straight for their truck straight for the next 69 laps. The drivers, can you just do us a favor and keep your truck straight for the rest of the swim? All right, here we go. Grant Enfinger leads them back to green with Connor Zilch on the front row. Here we go. I just noticed just now that Connor Zilch has made a truck start with Spire in all 3 of their trucks over the last 3 years. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, watch out, Chastity. Whoa. Damn, 4 wide. Damn, they should have no business racing this hard. I mean, I understand they're trying to get to the end of this thing, but still, the caution. Spencer Boyd. Golly, fuck. We're having way too many cautions.
After that back straightaway contact, looks like maybe, and we see right there, a tire down, appears to be the right front tire, and we saw him kind of backing up off of turn 4 just a little bit, and it continued all the way down into turns 1 and 2, and I think we're going to see that may be what ultimately caused Spencer Boyd to go around.
And that was just a result of contact with the big block from Honeyman and into Ross's right front.
What a save by Ross as well. I mean, that was... He had his hands full, and the further down to the bottom you get, the rougher that track is.
You can see back there, everything's... I think Spencer let off due to the mess. Maybe Frankie Muniz behind him didn't see.
Yeah, Ross was just in front of him at that point right there, kind of held up in the middle of the racetrack. And it's just reactionary for all these guys. This is on the backstretch right here, the original contact, and you see right there, that right front, and man, that's plenty of contact to cut that tire down. And look at that truck hopping up and down, Michael. It's still rough down there, and he's still wheeling it.
How about leaving black marks at 175 miles an hour? As you see the damage to the right front, he's already bent up the left front. He's not out of this thing, though, Regan. He's going to come in, get these tires changed, pull that fender out. and be a part of this battle again.
Anytime Ross has got 4 tires on a vehicle, I don't ever think that he's out of it, but that's right. He's still going to have the opportunity to fix it right here, and of course an extra set of tires today because they didn't get practice and qualifying in, so those carried over to the race. So he's still in a good spot for the end of this race as it'll come down to the final pit stop potentially. Ross going to come back in with some more attention. Mikey, you hinted at the damage on the left front. That happened at the start of the race. He's been managing that quite well. But evidently they want to take some more time to get this truck right. He did come down the pit lane when the pits were closed, so he'll have to restart the back of the pack anyway.
Well, they're going to work on that right front fender, but also this is interesting. He's on pit road. He's getting service. They filled it up with gas. Can he make it to 12 o'clock? I mean, could there be a strategy play here as well?
I can assure you that once the team gets done repairing this truck and they get an opportunity to figure out where everything lines up, they are probably thinking that same thing at some point here, Michael. And you know, not enough fuel to make it to the full 65 laps right here, but 12 o'clock at the pace that we're going could be definitely something to keep an eye on here.
I've gotten to the point in life where I rarely make it to 12 o'clock anymore.
Different 12 o'clock, Michael. Different 12 o'clock.
These guys are going to try to race to 12 o'clock. It'll be interesting for me to see who brings it down here. We've had this happen all race long, different strategies. These cats in the front of the field are continuing to stay out. Last minute on lap 50. No takers, huh?
Looks like Leland Hyman is going to be one of the trucks going down the pit lane to address the damage on the left rear. So Gio Ruggiero, Connor Zillich out for the field 64 scheduled laps to go.
Celebration, life, Coca-Cola, NASCAR salutes. Saturdays, baseball night in America on Fox. ACM and the Cubs. And the Cardinals. Or Green Jr. and the Braves. Take on the Braves. Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox. You want to feel this? Take a truck, sprint down the track, and get ready. Did it? Stay home. Friday nights under the lights. Racing is pure. Passion is authentic. And pressure is real. This is where careers were born before heroes are made.
Yard looks incredible. Thanks. All it took was.
Really?
Super easy.
Craftsman. What you do, builds you. Working.
This
car's
what's important to you.
236.
And right now, what's important to you is not getting in trouble with his dad. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate won't go up just because of an accident, even if it is your fault. Sorry, squirrel's fault. Because we all deserve a second chance. Right, Dad? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
We started in Brooklyn in 78, and 50 years we were building results.
All right, we got some new people up front.
Getting drivers that same more victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Back to the North Carolina Education Lottery 200 with Gio Ruggiero, the leader, elected to stay out. Let's listen to why.
We're still way outside our window to make it. So this caution is going to make it really close to where you run the whole distance. I'd say we'll probably be right now. We don't have any more cautions, maybe 5 to 10 laps short.
All right, here we go. Back to green. Gio Ruggiero, Connor Zillich on the front row. Here we go. Let's try this again. Can we just go like 10 5 or 10 laps without caution. Damn, we've had 7 cautions for 35 laps. We shouldn't be having this. And besides, we're not racing against the weather anymore. We're racing against the clock.
This is crazy.
Yeah, usually when drivers are trying to race against the weather or the clock or the darkness or whatever, the racing is always like this every single time. Yeah, watch them. They're going to all of a sudden decide to go green the rest of the way. Look, I know we've been through a lot, and look, I don't ask for much from this series. I just want them to make it to the end of this race full distance. Jesus Christ. Man, Ekis is already back at the second.
Prime example right here. You got one right with all of and kudos to SVG. Let's not forget, he swung very early.
Oh, wow. SVG is up to 5th.
But adapting to a truck here on an intermediate racetrack, something he's not done very much of. And you see him still trying to hold.
It would be so funny if SVG won this truck race.
And no surprise with Shane Van Gisbergen, just the amount of talent that he has. And, you know, when it comes to a race like this where these trucks are bouncing around, where there's different multiple lanes and lots of just he was going to find a way somehow, and he's done a nice job.
We're wasting green. Oh, my.
Learning different grooves. This is the track. Obviously, that they'll race on tonight. The conditions are going to be a lot like it will be tonight.
He's got a great run spot. Let's go down to Amanda for an update on Brandon Finger.
Yeah, terrible restart for
Caution.
He was in the 3rd position after those restart
Caution. It's the fucking 62.
Problems for Leland Huntington Jr. off of turn number 2. That's been the trouble spot. He did pit on that last caution to repair some of the damage sustained after he and Ross Chastain bounced off one another. And it appears as though he's got some more issues on that left side.
I think he's gone for a spin. You can see the left front is flat.
I'm not sure if the left front flat caused the damage and caused him to spin, or which came first or second here.
Well, heck, we don't even know if he's spun yet or not, but I'm assuming he did with all the action we've seen today. Oh.
Yeah, he's spun.
He's had a mirror or a windshield pull today, hasn't he?
That's Cole Butcher on the outside, and just these trucks, when you get side by side in the wrong situation like that, and you're trying to turn to the left to stay off the truck on your outside, and they get on your door, it'll feel like it's just spinning right around, like you don't even do anything, and it spins around. That they're hard driver's side door contact. All those we've seen today.
This has been his day.
Good job by Frankie Muniz as well in 33 to dodge the spinning 62 of Huntington as he came off the second turn. So, yet another short stretch of green flag racing. We still have not gone more than 12 consecutive green flag laps on what has been a treacherous Charlotte Motor Speedway this afternoon, or I should say this morning.
And the 3 of us have not used our chairs. Standing up, just checking out all this.
No, it's because he's
crazy how intense this battle has been. You can watch them. You can watch them the way they drive and block and 3 wide and see there's going to be issues.
You know, and on top of all that battling, right? Battling is breeding these cautions that we're seeing. I want to go back to the previous caution. Ross Chastain hits pit road, gets a full load of fuel. We heard Gio Rogero's team talking about the fact that they thought they were 5 to 10 laps short, depending on what happened with the 12 o'clock rule. And as we look at Ross Chastain, all of a sudden now that decision for fuel is we run more laps under caution here. Looks like it may work out, and you see right here, the pit crew's getting ready.
There's going to be a lot of tankers on this.
This is the one that they're yeah.
They know they can have enough gas here to get to the end. You got to come take it.
We heard the hesitation from the Giro crew as we came to the restart. Obviously, no hesitation going to be this time by as the crews are armed and ready to service that truck and see if they can
Also,
protect the lead. It will
they're
maybe
shooting.
55 to go in the line, but again, we're coming up on about 30 minutes. That adverse conditions will get us to the point where the race would end prematurely of its scheduled distance. It's going to be close. So pits are going to be open this time. Giro will likely be the first truck to lead us down. That gets one of the stage winners just behind him, Brandon Jones, your top three. And here they come, Amanda.
And Brandon Jones starting this race. The fifth position comes in here third. Jerry Donnelly, the crew chief, on his feet, getting this team ready for what might be the last stop of this race. Brandon Jones, a self-described KB nerd, race for Kyle Busch. They're going to tighten this truck up a little bit. He wants to keep it up with the track, Josh.
17 of Giro said he's just a little bit free in 1 and 2. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for him. For the 91 of Christian Evans, that truck just a little bit tight. Otherwise, they've been pretty happy with it. See some adjustments going in.
Great, we got half an hour to finish this race.
This whole race, the strategy has been across the board, and this stop, no different. We'll hit the refresh button, gather the data and details, and deliver it all to you in what may be the final stretch run of the finish here in Charlotte.
Really? That's Lane Trump? This is personal. He doesn't follow the scripts. He rewrites.
School's got it tough right now.
1 minute flat out speechless in the wall.
Just move out of the way.
Next, Hall of Chaos, full swing. Unapologetic and a hurricane. All the way to victory lane. With mothers, making time for the things you love doesn't have to be hard. That's why we make ceramic even more simple. Just spray onto a clean, wet surface and rinse off with the water-activated hydrophobic protection. That's it. No streaking, no buff, just SiO2 technology and a powerful drying aid for a shine that turns heads long after you hit the open road. Mother's California Gold Ceramics for hours. Ceramic made simple. Give it that mother's love.
Okay, the owner's fixing that burst pipe. Should be all set. Good thing you're protected 24/7 with your home and auto bundle from Progressive.
Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to figure out the right caption to post about this.
Maybe something like, I have protection just in your life.
What about that emoji with the shock face?
Or maybe flooded with emotion.
That's too much. Try it on Tuesdays are crazy.
Yeah, technically you're not supposed to everything that happens online. Life is meaningless without application, am I right?
When choosing the right gear to cut up the trim or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Eco, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need is done. With service from good is guaranteed. Ace, the place with the helpful hardware, folks. This is Indies champagne. It doesn't come from Champagne, France, but from the start of that chain. This Holstein Dairy Cow. Rich, smooth, and desperately with victory. If you're listening, take it from, sprint down the track and get ready for a fight.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing here at Charlotte. Tyler Ankrum, coming into this race, held on to the final spot in the chase standings. 10 is the leader. What's their thought process? Let's listen.
We have 3 green flags left on our tires. So no disadvantage there. And say, well, yes, we can. We'll better than that, baby. I think you can make it here.
Time-wise, that they're alluding to is the 12 o'clock hour, which we're only about 27 minutes away, which would get us to a premature end of this race and exclude the opportunity for overtime with 52 scheduled laps to go. And let me dissect what Mark Helen was just trying to do. Just telling this driver, Tyler Ankrum, Drive it like you
Why can't they just extend the curfew to 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, especially with how the way these drivers are racing? Shit. Come on, we're
because you want to make sure that he's giving it, everything and not worry about any of that stuff.
oh my.
Today, so far,
Just keep it.
Lane Briggs is right behind Abram, so you can expect a great push. It'll be important to do a great block to make sure he doesn't get put three wide.
The stupid leaderboard is broken.
He's had some issues all day long, but no surprise he's on the front row because this.
Dang, it's been like this for about a good month now. Like, what the fuck?
So the top two trucks stayed out. Most of the trucks
Yep, see this guy, folks? Leaderboard broken. Man, golly, NASCAR needs to fix their shit. Whatever. Yeah, y'all are wasting green flag laps, dude. They 8 cautions for 40 laps. That's just ridiculous. I mean, I understand they're trying to. Yeah, there should be no excuse for them to be racing like this. I don't ask for much from these series, but
I've held my breath more today in a long time, Michael, and it just continues to be intense.
Don't be like that Phoenix truck race from a few years ago.
Problems for one of our drivers attempting triple duty in the top 10. Carzilla to the 77.
Oh yeah, Chastain and Carzilla are doing triple duty.
Obviously, you can't serve that now. He would hope for a quick caution here, which I would not believe that might happen.
No, actually, no. We don't need another caution. Just serve it. Just serve the penalty. Lane, come on, Eckes, get up there. I wouldn't mind Lane Riggs winning.
Wow. Power to the bottom brackets in the 91 truck.
The 91 is showing a ton of grip all day long. Michael able to really hold that white line all the way out the corner exits, but also not kill his momentum. He needs one more good corner here to be able to clear Ross.
And there it is.
There it goes, up to second.
You can't change lanes before the start-finish line.
Oh, yep. I see where the violation came from. Oh, wow. Friesen's loose. SVG's got a tire rub. Oh, my God.
Jones on the left there in that one truck continuing to make moves.
Oh, crash! It's Chris Wright and Brendan Queen. Wow, another caution. Look at this. This is the 9th caution we've had. Yeah.
White is burning down the house trying to get detached from that ram as it's pinned up against the wall.
There you see the 28-year-old Chesapeake, Virginia, 2025 RI champion. He's stuck on the outside of this racetrack. That's right.
Yeah, we can't even go 5 laps.
They're going together.
Look, this race has already been as treacherous as it's been. We're not even close to the end. And look, we don't have a lot of time left to make it to the full picture. Sadly, this is not a surprise. See, the trucks are going back to their old ways, like they were a few years ago. See, there should be no, regardless if they're racing against the clock, weather, darkness, there should be no excuse for them to be racing like this. Like, what the? All right.
What time does the race start, Indy?
9:30.
9:30. That was like 10.
No, that's not how it works.
You said 10.
No, it was 9:30 a.m. That's when the race actually starts. Or that's when the race coverage starts. I never said 10 o'clock.
We lean on the spotters. We need the spotters. But there's situational awareness as well that you have to understand what's going on. That's just a live move.
And Michael, you can see on this shot we're showing right now, the mirror right in the center of the cab of that truck, it's a big curved mirror. And it shows you from almost the driver's side door where you get in and out to the passenger side door where you get in and out. The way those curves are, you can definitely have references to that. And, just even if you already heard clear and it was there, whatever situation was, maybe you know that truck was still out there at that moment. Speaking of the spotters and talking to Brendan Butterbean Queen on Friday, he works with Derek Nealon, who of course was a longtime spotter for Kyle Busch. In fact, Butterbean said it was around this time of year last year that him and Kyle went up to watch Derek race one of his late model events. He said it was pretty much him and Kyle the whole ride up to Maine, one of the best times he's ever had at a racetrack. Their friendship developed there, and he was hoping to have a good run with Derek today in honor of Kyle, but unfortunately it looks like with the wind of that coming down, his race is going to end early.
Yeah, Brendan Queen's
the amount of stories through this project and people that
Ricky's got some damage.
He sounds.
Look at that right front fender. It's a mess. Also, let's just update Connor Zillich. We talked about his restart violation. He was there, and I said he was hoping for a quick caution, and he got it. Like we thought we might see. He was able to come down service penalty. So still got 45 laps to go. Anything can happen in this race, as we've seen. That's a ejected Butterbean, giving his guys a pat on the back for all the work.
Butterbean has been on a pretty good charge so far in terms of championship standing. It was 10 points out of the top 10, needed to be above that cut line with 9 races to go in the regular season. As we look at the number 77 of Zillich, who, yes, he's going to have to follow the tail, but at least he is able to stay on the lead lap by virtue of catching his yellow.
A lot of trucks coming to pit road again to make sure they got plenty of fuel. Maybe a small adjustment. See there, the 77 is Zillich, just behind Spencer Boyd, who had some issues earlier. Boyd has remained on the lead lap despite that. Tanner Gray, we saw him charge up into the top 5. What a day. What a day, Eric.
It has been madness here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
No shit, it's been madness.
A race that was supposed to run on Friday night, and they got pushed off here to early Sunday morning on the biggest day in motorsports. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. The racing for the lead all day long has been incredible. And it was Christian Eckes who took stage 1.
You know, with that Corey Day crash, I know some people are probably going to say, yeah, if Kyle Busch was in that truck, he would not have wrecked. I'm baffled by the fact that 60% of people voted for Ty Majeski, knowing damn well he's way out of contention to win this race. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how high can these people be?
Last time he did that same heat, went on to win the race there. And then Ross Chastain getting off-road.
Yeah, it looks like Chastain had a tire.
Recent caution, our 9th on the day. So miscommunication between Chris Ryan and his spotter, capturing Butterbean with both cars coming to rest just past the start-finish line.
At least looks like we're gonna make it past lap 100 at least.
Insane race.
We've had a lot of action. We've had a lot of crashes. We've seen it all.
It's one of those races you just don't know where to watch. There's so much going on that's in your eye, and the back and forth when these guys get pretty wide on the restarts and the moves that they're able to make even after they get single file, running top to bottom. That just, I don't know what more you can ask for in a race. This is the kind of race that definitely keeps you on your toes. And while it's struggled to get a little bit of a rhythm, as we like to call it, to where guys can really find out what their truck does on a long run, it has been extraordinarily exciting.
Yeah, we talk about this while the adverse conditions, clock. I'm going to call it adverse conditions for a different reason. The way they're driving. That's what's pushing. That's what's pushing us toward this 12 o'clock deadline we're having.
Well, as we find ourselves with 42 to go at the line, both of our stage winners are in the front of the field for an update on our stage one winner, Christian Eckes. Here's Josh.
Yeah, and we talk about Christian Eckes and the struggles he's had this season to have a dominant truck. Well, we're seeing him have one of those dominant runs. And remember, Christian Eckes is a guy that drove for Kyle Busch Motorsports back in the day. When I talked to him about it the other day, he told me he wouldn't be where he is in his career if it weren't for KB. When he was driving for his team, he said they used to talk each and every day. They built a great relationship. He is one of those guys in the field that would love to get a win in honor of Kyle Busch.
Thanks, Josh. And just behind Eckes on the outside, another driver who drove for Kyle Busch and Chandler Smith. And as the sand starts to run out in the hourglass here, we'll remind you, 12 o'clock. If we get to that point before the finish of the advertised distance of this race, it's more and more likely once the leader crosses the line after the 12 o'clock hour, the white flag will be displayed next time.
Eckes better win this race.
Josh mentioned the drivers that the Kyles had an impact on, and either directly or indirectly. We were just talking about Butterbean a moment ago and the impact that Kyle had on him, and we're going to be feeling that for years to come in terms of Kyle's what he's done for this sport from top to bottom. Cup Series truck, O'Reilly, everything, and this restart. This is about to be fun. We got some really good trucks right here that are going to battle. So it's going to be Lane Riggs, the control truck on the inside of the 34.
Can we just make it 10, maybe 20 laps, I guess? All right, here we go. I remember the truck race at Atlanta ended prematurely, too. And who won that race? Kyle Busch. Oh, great. There's... Okay, Honeycutt's going to give the 91 a push. And there he goes to the lead. And he's going to get it. Yeah, let's go. The fact that no one's picking Lane Riggs is wild. I'm surprised we even have a good chunk of the field left in this race. Out for the lead. Also, Nashville is another track that Christian Eckes won at, and if I remember correctly, he led every single lap of that race. Oh, yep. See, they're getting. Damn, he slid on the pit. Oh. You just lost it. Damn, it's just. Man, this track's been too true. Oh, there goes another truck. It's Andre per. Caution.
Caution number 10. As Andres Perez was running in the 15th spot at the time, spins off the second turn and slows this race with under 11 minutes to go.
Andres Perez on turn 2. See the 44 truck down on the bottom there. And just bounces into the corner, gets loose, tries to stay off Tanner Gray, and around he goes.
Well, at least we're going to make it past lap 100.
See if he got to the inside wall maybe here, but
watch him keep driving that thing, no matter what direction.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he had, I was trying to spit out, I'm not sure that he had any contact through all that. And
on the brakes, off the brakes.
Oh, the left rear, right rear, they were both close. Travis Pastrana saw another one.
Oh, that's so scary. I don't know where that truck is, but Travis, whoo.
Lane, looks like Lane Riggs' team right there. They probably didn't want to see that caution. The other guy was out front and was in a good spot to, have a battle with Christian Eckes, perhaps Caden Honeycutt, and unfortunately, guys, you're gonna have to get tensed up again here in a moment.
How many cautions have we had today? That seems like a lot. Russell, the snack guy, 10. That's time for the most here at Charlotte.
One more, we would set the record. I don't think that I'm betting against that right now. I probably would take the over right now if that was our over-under. Well, unique race circumstance here with us trying to beat the clock, if you will, down to noon. That means we are inching closer to what is going to be a unique spot for this. We don't normally get to do this in terms of talking about time, but we are about to reach our Craftsman, 9 minutes to go at this point in the race. Don't think I've ever said that before.
Well, and also, Eric, it's been a pleasure working with you today. But for the first time in my
Connors is back up in the top.
Yes, the sand is starting to run out in the hourglass.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
I try to be poetic when I can.
You are.
I'm having a blast.
I thought I was watching a soap.
Trying to do something that hasn't been done for a handful of years. The last time that a Ford went to victory lane on a mile-and-a-half racetrack of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here back in May of 2023. That was Ben Rhodes who got the job done. Lane Riggs for more on that driver and team. Here's Amanda.
And his crew chief Doug Capella just said, I'm nervous. It's restart and all out here. What's your final words to Lane ahead of this?
Yeah, I mean, just protecting those big runs. The 98's really strong. The 11's always a sleeper late in the race, and, he's learning a lot at these big tracks. So it's going to take everything we got to hold these guys off. But thank you to Charlotte, UNC Charlotte, 49ers Nation, and we're going to try to get victory lane here.
Why Lane Riggs?
He's the best to do it, He's super aggressive in these situations, and I trust him 100%. So we're going to get it done. Thank you.
And that's coming from a racer himself. Dylan, in his free time, tries to strap by the wheel of usually pro late model, whether it be the Carolinas or out towards the West Coast.
Damn, went from 24th to 7th place. Damn, 17 spots in a short time frame. Shit.
Dylan going to one of those trucks. We see some damage to the back of his. Still freezing, obviously, for the obvious reasons, back on pit lane. But it's fun to hear. When you talk about Dylan and Lane, they go with each other to these late model races and hang out on the weekends, and a lot of passion for that short track scene for these guys. Yeah, and we mentioned the win that Ben Rhodes had. We're talking 3 years ago for a former champion being able to deliver the last checkered flag for the Blue Oval on a mile-and-a-half, and here was how Ben did it. We have not seen anybody have a lead that size of it all day long today, but Rhodes waxed the field that night. Lane Riggs is trying to get the job done for 4 years side as well. also took home from that triple truck challenge back in the day, that $50,000 payday.
A lot of good things going that night for Ben Rhodes. The win, the triple truck challenge, extra money, and I'll be curious to see which lane Ben picks here. We've seen
I'm gonna
Ben
refresh
go
the leader.
a number of tracks and make some magic on restarts and throughout the course of runs, and maybe he's got that opportunity to do it again.
Coming to one to go. We're going to watch what Lane decides to do. I think he goes bottom.
And he does. Ben Rhodes, the first one to do something different, didn't stay in the position he was in, decided to take the outside, and kind of just alluded to that. Is he going to go for it up there? It's been an incredible way to kick off the greatest day in motorsports. Don't forget, after this race, the Indianapolis 500 is going to be kicking off at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Pre-race coverage already underway. And of course, later on tonight, this track will be busy with the 600 for the Cup cars. And judging by the math, it is quite possible this could be our last restart of the race. It's going to be close. And how about Connor's Image? We talked about that penalty. He got 2 cautions to go on the restart. He gained 18 spots in the last run and will restart this race at 77 inside of row 3.
There you see, watch 45, Ross Chastain. We know what talent he has behind the wheel when it comes time to go for it, being able to do just that.
5 minutes to go before we hit 2 laps to go in this race.
The bottom lane has been prevailing for the majority of this race, so Lane Briggs gets everything just right. You would expect that he can have an opportunity to clear himself off turn 2, and this is more than likely the last restart of the race right here.
And he's got his teammate right behind him. He's looking for a big push out of Chandler Smith. Go Niners.
Expecting a crazy ending to what's been a crazy race. Lane Briggs and Christian Eckes.
Here we go, back to green.
There's the push.
Fuck. Eckes is getting fucked.
That restart coming up for second place right now.
Oh, Eckes very wide. All the way almost to the grass. And now Doors his way back up in the center between Chastain and the third truck on the top.
Lane is laser focused out the window. As you see,
All right, we got little over 3.5 minutes to go in this Truck Series race. Lane Riggs is your race leader. Damn, Carnesdale's just coming quick. Oh, and there goes the 38. And around he goes, and bam, caution's out. Caution's out.
With Lane Riggs out in front of Caden Honeycutt, racing for third spot gone bad.
Chandler doing everything he could to keep Connor's Village from getting to the outside right there, and they got so close coming off the turn 2. We've seen it so many times today where the trucks are that close.
There we go. Refresh the leaderboard. Like 28 laps ago. Yeah, and sadly, I was, damn, 11 cautions. This is ridiculous.
2 minutes, 15 seconds worth. Will they get this thing restarted?
I believe that is what officials are trying to determine at this point. If they could deem the exit of turn number 2 to not need too much cleanup, verify all of the scoring, maybe we get a chance at restarting this race. Sure, for Lane Riggs, he's hoping, maybe not.
And for me, I'm hoping maybe so. I'd be so much action. I'd love to see a little bit more. I think Honeycutt has got a truck that could get this race.
Yeah, well, it's hard because these drivers can't keep their truck straight for not even 5 laps.
If there's enough time to get this back going, Michael, I think the biggest challenge is going to be what happens into turn one. You know, does he have the ability?
Yeah, 38's done. Here's a replay of what happened. Yeah, his car.
Connor's already there. At that point, the spotter's saying outside, 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 really intensely to him. And he tries to grab a little more wheel and check up to not get up into him.
He was just trying to trying to swing ahead of him and just didn't have room to do so.
And that's just aggressive racing at the end of the race. Or, you know, you're trying to get every inch, and you know that if that guy gets to your outside, your chances of catching the 2 trucks in front of you are probably very limited.
And also, we're wasting green flag laps too.
And that air, it just sucked him around when that other truck got to his outside.
So tough break for the Daytona winner of the season. And problems for Ross Chastain.
Oh shit!
Come to a stop in 3 and 4.
Something must have. Did he run out of gas?
Looks like he's going to get a push back to pit road in pretty short order here.
You think? I don't know about that.
Is going to set the record for most cautions in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race here.
Oh, by the way, my mom is thinking about my mom is thinking about doing a 30-day free trial for Prime Video, just so I can watch the races on Prime, so that way I can watch the San Diego Cup race maybe.
Continues on over on Fox for the green flag of the Indianapolis 500. And then, of course, later on tonight, here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Coca-Cola 600 to cap off one of the best days of the year.
Fuck me. You know, just end the race at this point. My Indy 500 stream is still slated for my IndyCar live stream is still slated for 9:30.
He deserves it. It doesn't matter that it's going to end under caution.
Well, Lane Riggs is going to lead 50 laps, probably 52 when he takes the checkered flag.
And NASCAR goes by the rule book, and the truck that was the fastest all day long, if he can run another lap and a half, Regan, I wouldn't even count on that right now with all the action we've seen, but it looks like it's going to work out for Lane Riggs.
I feel like the chances are better at the pace of running right now, Michael, that he's going to be able to find his way back around here. And, you know, you see Dylan Capello with the smiles right now on top of the pit box. And, you know, it didn't come easy either. They did have some handling issues with that 34 truck of Lane Riggs. They were loose all day long, had to work on it, try to make it a little bit better. And we saw early on in the race hit sideways a number of times.
That's that right.
All right.
And like sands through the hourglass.
Well,
he's going to come past the start finish line. This is one of those days of your lives.
Man, Caden Honeycutt could have gotten his second career win right there. Anyways, here's the yellow and white checker flag. Yep, Lane Riggs got this race won. But you know what? He was the best truck all day, so he deserves it. Damn, the O'Reilly Auto Parts and truck race didn't make it to their full distance. Why didn't they start the race at 9 a.m. Eastern time?
Personally, you know, these kids we get to see, Regan, they grew up watching dominate, win races.
Also, I don't know if you're seeing this or not, but the fact that people are saying that 60% people chose Ty Majeski to win is just wild. 0% did not choose Lane Riggs, which I find very funny. For those who are watching this reaction video, I'm looking at the voting poll in my live stream. Well, he did it for Kyle, but at least Ford gets another win. I'm like, how high do people have to be to vote for Ty Majeski? I know everything's not perfect, but still, though. Anyways, this will be Lane Riggs' second win of the season. yellow and checkered flag flies, and Lane Riggs wins Charlotte, and Ford wins at Charlotte for the first time since 2023. Well, he made Kyle proud, that's for sure. Yep, and I was right. He led 52 laps. Well, but hey, on the bright side, at least the regular won this race.
Different winner in the last 9 races at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. 15th different driver to win at Charlotte.
Wow. SVG gets 15th place. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to Fox in a moment.
Video of all the battles earlier in the day, and wow, imagine this is the biggest.
Yeah, I was hoping Eckes could win it because Bill McAnally Racing hasn't won the bid. Well, we got Nashville next week for trucks. Christian Eckes is a former winner there.
This is a lot. This is a lot that I guarantee Elaine is inside of that truck trying to process right now.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got 4th. And Tanner Green gets the top 10, which is hilarious. All right, then burn it down. Well, I'm happy that a regular won, but NASCAR's officiating. And these drivers just being too aggressive when trying to race against the clock. Yeah, there should have been no excuse for the way these drivers were racing.
Only has to drive about 2 hours to get back home to Mahalen, North Carolina, where he started off his racing career, continuing to follow in the footsteps of his father Scott.
Even in these, I know we've had a rough week, but still, though, come on, NASCAR and these drivers can do way better than this.
With a multiple win season for Lane Riggs.
Yeah, look at that chrome number on that truck. Nice. Wow. Way to go, Lane Riggs. I'll take a Lane Riggs win any day. Connor Zilch finished 3rd, too. Wow. What a race.
Who helped propel Lane to victory is there to meet him on the front stretch victory lane in front of the fans who come out to Charlotte on this early morning change of schedule. Now, what has been a very tough day for the NASCAR community, tough few days for the NASCAR community.
Well,
the company will have something to celebrate.
I want to give these truck when it comes to the lower series. Wow. I'm happy Lane Riggs won. He was the best truck. He deserved it. I'll take him over a Cup guy, obviously, but the race was. Look, I want to give the lower series folks a chance, but this race was a shit show. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I am. Yeah, this race was just a shit. NASCAR's officiating and the way these truck guys are racing. When they're racing against, whether if they're racing against the clock, the weather, or the darkness, there should be no excuse for the way these drivers race. And NASCAR's officiating too is also something else too. Come on, I trust these folks to be better. Fuck. And on top of all this, the fact and then you add the broken leaderboard too. Yeah, this is too much. So yeah, broken ass leaderboard again. Not surprised. Damn, it's been like this for weeks now. Come on, but yeah, we had 11 cautions for 53 laps, and we made it. We ran how many laps? We ran 57 laps of green flag. Fuck me.
Kaden, I know that was really tough to watch for you. We know how meaningful
Fuck
Kyle Busch
me.
is to your generation of racer. What would one more restart have done for you?
I don't know. Maybe win the race. We never know. Just felt like then.
Well, I'm gonna have the voting poll for the Indy 500 up, so go make sure to go check that out. I'll see you over there in a little bit, Shahir. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. At the end of the day, I'm glad we got the O'Reilly Auto Parts and truck racing, but still, though, those races could have been handled differently when it comes to the officiating and the drivers, way the drivers race could have been a lot better. But anyways, I'll see you over in about 20 minutes or so. Shahir, thank you for joining me for this Truck Series live stream. And with that, I'll see you all in about 20 minutes or so. And if with that, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in a bit. All right, bye everyone. Peace. Oh, for my top pick, I'm just gonna throw it out there. David Malukas is my top pick. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit. All right, bye, man. Peace out.